All right, we're live. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, and we have a special guest today. This is our first in studio live, so I'm very excited. We are graced with Lissette Herrera. She is a good friend, and she's in sub two Gator, right?
Owners Club.
Owners Club and Gator. And so yeah, she's here. She drove almost an hour just to get here. I'm so excited. And yeah, welcome, Lisette. Thank you very much for gracing my in-house studio.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You
thank
guys don't know everything that she's doing here. Amazing stuff. But she's going to tell you later,
Mhm,
not me.
mhm.
But thank you for having me here. It's an honor. And I'm so happy to be available to share a little of my journey with you guys.
Oh, perfect, perfect. So, to anyone that doesn't know, we met each other in Sub Two, in the Owners Club. So, Sub Two is a community led by Pace Morby. He is a real estate guy. He taught us a lot of stuff with regards to real estate. So, it's kind of like a community where everyone merges, shares their knowledge. A lot of experts in there, a lot of newbies as well. At one point in time, I was a newbie myself, and so I met a lot of people like her, like a lot of other people that I met and ask for guidance and stuff. So that's a great community to be in if you're starting with real estate. It's great. We're gonna put if you want to join sub 2, we're going to put our link on this description of the video, and you can click that and be a member. Okay. And so right now I would like to introduce you to Lisette again, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her journey and how she started in investing real estate. Tell us
Oh
more
my
about
God.
it.
That's amazing. That is a long history. So we're going to be here 3-4 hours. No?
Yeah.
Tell me us. Tell me us. Well, yeah. So again, thank you so much for having me here. And my journey started 13 years ago, actually 14 almost,
Oh, wow.
that I arrived to this country. So I'm from Peru. I'm Peruvian. I'm Latina.
Mhm.
And my first language is Spanish, as you see in my beautiful accent.
Exactly. Exactly.
So then I start, like I mentioned, almost 13 years ago, actually probably 12, because at the beginning, like everybody, right, when you just starting in a new country, you start from scratch and you start looking opportunities. In my particular case, when I arrived, before I arrived, I come to visit my brother and I saw what he was doing here. And he was doing real estate, and I got so much attracted for what he was doing, what he was conquering. So then when I decide to take the step to come to this country, I come with that idea, okay, that is what I want to do. But took me some time to find a way to do it. I surround myself with the right people. I can say I was so blessed. And also I have an amazing inspiration. That was my brother that unfortunately is not anymore with us. He passed away last year in June, actually July 8th. But, life happened. It's very sad, but that was my beginning for real estate back then.
So great. So you came here almost 15 years ago.
13.
Yeah. We're like yeah. So you came here that long ago, and you saw your brother doing real estate, and that kind of inspired you. And unfortunately, he passed. Yeah, which is very unfortunate and very sad. But did that in a way kind of inspired you even more to do kind of like to continue what he was doing with real estate and kind of progress through that?
Yeah, you're totally right. Because what happens is when you see someone that you love so much, right, doing so much stuff, and this is the beauty, right? Some people are born that way. He didn't took any training, so nothing. Like we are so blessed to do it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes when you do it that way, you're working so hard, right, and smart. But now that we are part of this amazing community, we are learning to work smarter than harder, right? And then obviously you get burned out so fast. So then when I saw him and I was available to also find my own way and find different communities like this one, I learned to work more smarter than harder. That inspired me now that my brother is not here anymore to continue with his legacy, right? Because we'll be so sad that nobody doing it, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
then that's why I decide, I was already in real estate, but I decided to kind of more further away and do it totally more professionally.
Mhm.
That's why I'm doing this not just in Connecticut. That is the way that I start. I'm doing now in different states as well.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, I met you. You said you're more of your apartments and businesses and rentals are in Florida, right? Florida when you were beginning, and then you have a few in Connecticut as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, it's on the reverse. I don't know.
Okay.
So when I arrived to Connecticut,
Mhm.
and I start all my career of real estate in there, starting
Mhm.
like a realtor. A
Mhm.
realtor is meaning like helping people to sell and buy houses, right?
Mhm.
But also then I become an investor and start buying properties, acquiring some real estate, flipping houses. That meaning is renovate houses and then sell it. And then 3 years ago, I find my way to Florida to start buying some real estate as well.
Okay, perfect. And I remember you were telling me about, you remember there was a storm there and a few of your apartments got hit by it, but not as much, which is so lucky and so blessed that it didn't get hit that much. So
Mhm.
how do you do that? How do you juggle being in both places? Obviously you can be on two places at one time, right?
Really
So you,
nice. Maybe I can help myself.
yeah, exactly. That's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah,
We are learning
it's
that.
coming.
We're learning
Exactly,
that.
exactly. So how do you manage that? Because I do have a management company, but I'm very local. I mean, I have people all over Massachusetts, but you you have in Connecticut and you have in Florida, and I know you have another in Georgia. But how do you do that management part? Who are
Yeah.
your partners and
Well,
stuff?
that is a very interesting question. Also for me, because, okay, so believe me or not, back then, you remember when COVID hit?
Yeah.
Right? So then basically around that time, I started buying properties in Florida.
So smart.
Yeah, and so then, no, for real, because the prices were nice, the opportunity was
I
good. Now
know.
prices are so
I
high,
didn't
and
know
it's
real
like,
estate then. It wasn't even in my mind.
oh, but you
No,
grow so
nothing.
fast. No, she grows so fast. Huh?
But anyway.
Coming back to this. So
Mhm.
then what happened with COVID hit? So then everybody basically go virtual,
Mhm.
right? Everybody go virtual. So many closings happen by Zoom, right? Lenders were talking with buyers by Zoom. So also I remember when I come back from Florida to Connecticut, I was doing some showings because I still was performing. I'm still have my brokerage, right, in both states. But I was on my car opening. Well, I opened the door to my client, come back to my car, and my client go inside the property alone because
Oh,
nobody
because
want
no
to have human connection,
social
right?
distancing, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I know. What's crazy. So then the reason what I'm sharing that helped me a lot because I was, boom, that's a good idea. I'm going to start doing everything virtual, right? So what I did is I was managing all my flips basically from Florida because if you're with your phone doing a Zoom, you can be here on
Anywhere.
the beach, wherever, right? And just happened I was in Florida because I was doing the renovation for the properties that I bought. So basically I become so much virtual. But one of the things that was really good for me is obviously I have several years in real estate and I met the right people. So, and I was definitely having just a team doing the flipping and everything, people that I trust, right? So then that helped me a lot because, so by Zoom, you realistically, you can see some stuff, but not 100%. But it was good people that I trust. So then they were available to help me also to grow in this journey, right? But basically it was technology.
Yeah, exactly. You leverage that technology. Everyone was, yeah, I remember that I was the only one in the family that could go outside and buy groceries and stuff
Oh my
because we want to
God.
limit everything. But it's good that you found your team even in the COVID time and you were able to build trust, you can trust because it's hard. It's hard when you don't see them in person or
Yeah.
them doing that. So that's yeah, I applaud you on that because doing
Thank
it
you.
at that time and then virtual and just giving the full trust in them that they're gonna do what you told them to do, what they're supposed to do, right? Because
Yeah.
you're giving out money and you're telling them to finish your flip like
Not
if something
from far
happened, you
away.
can't really drive there right away, right? If I'm managing something and there's something happening with my property, I could like drive hour 2 hours.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. But yours
I would
is
say I just wait for me 18 hours. I will be there. Don't worry. Don't run
I
away.
know.
Don't run
You
away.
and you and I driving is not really like a big thing. Like
Yeah.
we drive anywhere. But yeah,
That's
that's
true.
good. So that's good. So that's amazing that you were able to do that.
Yeah.
So the biggest challenges there, I guess you kind of answered it already, is like the doing it remotely. But then you took that as an advantage because you kind of planned everything from there, from your brokerages, from showing houses to the flipping to the whatever property management. So that kind of like those challenges, you solved the problem, and now you're still doing that virtual everything, right?
Yeah,
Exactly,
now it's
exactly.
4 states.
Yeah. See, now it's 4 states. So I was like, yeah. So that's so. How do you do your vetting when it comes to people? So Florida, we're all set with Florida. We're
Uh-huh.
all set with Connecticut because you were there at least. But with the other states, how were you able to find those partners? I call them partners because we all work together. But yeah, how were you able to find those people? Were they referred to? Did you find them on Craigslist or whatever? Where did you
I put
find
that
them?
sign on my forehead saying, I'm looking for partner. No, just kidding. No, just kidding. So, well, realistically, networking. I think
Networking.
networking and the community that you are part of, like
Mhm.
we are,
Mhm.
right, is so important, right? Surround yourself with the right people
Mhm.
and always be networking, right?
Mhm.
Prospecting, right?
Yeah.
Because all the time we are selling, right?
Yeah.
And working on yourself, right?
Mhm.
So basically, Connecticut and Florida, I explained it to you already. And for Georgia, for example, was kind of sad journey that bring me to a new opportunity because
Mhm.
when my brother passed away suddenly, so I went into a very deep, dark, like I went. You hear when people say I hit the ground, so
Mhm.
that was a moment last year
Yeah.
for me in
That's your
July.
kind of like rock bottom.
Exactly, it was horrible. So then I was no open to talk with nobody, so I
Mhm.
was my phone ringing probably 100 times. People want to be nice, want to reach
Mhm.
out,
Yeah.
and I was like totally blocked off, right? I'm
Mhm.
more with people that I know.
Mhm.
But just happened that I was part of a multi-family group that is called Jack and Gino, so amazing. And
Mhm.
through that I met several people, and through that several people I met my business partners that are for the assisted living facility,
That's the one
and
in Georgia.
it's in Georgia. And so that's why for a year, when that happened to me for my brother, I was working behind the scene,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because I don't want connection. And also those people are amazing, but they didn't know me too much, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So then I was available to work with them like for a year in order to conquer this first assisted living facility. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So sometimes tragedy bring you to a new paths or new opportunities,
Mhm.
right? And also the right connections, right? Because I was so close off, but still I was having the right people around.
Mhm.
And I think
Exactly.
that one was a key for this amazing partnership.
So there again, another challenge that you were having,
Mhm.
but then another opportunity came in. It's kind of like you were like a phoenix rising from the ashes all the time. That like
That's
an
true.
issue, yeah. So that's great. So through that, you were able to find again having a community and being in the right room with the right people is really yeah something that someone has to do if you're in if you wanna succeed in something, you have to
Mhm.
surround yourself with the right people. And being in close proximity with them, you're kind of like getting all the good vibes and the energy and the learning that they've done. You don't have to go from step one because you already know someone in step five, and you can just take knowledge from them and then kind of like copy. I don't want to say copy, but basically copy it and just have their help going through that stage. So that's
No,
amazing. That's
that's true.
amazing.
As also people say, right? You become the persons that you are around, right?
Yeah.
You become the five people that you are around,
Mm-hmm,
basically.
mm-hmm.
Just surround yourself with the right people.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually watched this somewhere. I don't know if it was Space or someone else. So the five people that you are, if you want to have the salary that you want, look at the five people that you're around with all the time. Not necessarily family, but the five people that
Yeah,
you hang out all the time, and then take the salary and take the average of that, and that's all you're gonna make.
yeah. Family is no
Sorry.
family is no return.
I don't know. It just can't get yeah, exactly, exactly. So I was like, oh, okay, oh my gosh. So if you surround yourself with people having, and then yeah, exactly. So tell me who your friends are. I'll tell you who. Not sometimes it doesn't apply, but with regards to business, I think it does help because again, you're kind of like a sponge getting the knowledge. If you hang out with people that, if you're the smartest person in the room, that's not the right room. You
Yeah.
gotta be the I don't want to say the dumbest, but you got to be the least experienced in the room so that you can get all the knowledge from it. And I find that the more successful the people are, the more open they are.
100%, because
Right?
they don't have that scarcity
Exactly.
mindset, so
They're
they
like
want
they
to just
give.
give.
They just give.
Mhm.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I like Pace and Jamil and Jerry. So those of you who don't know them, they are like the OGs of real estate. They're our mentors, business partners, and friends. And so when you're with them, you kind of like feel very welcome and accepted because they're just giving out knowledge that they've learned 20 whatever years, and I've only been here almost 2 years, a year and a half, 18 months or something like that. But yeah, so it's nice to have those kind of people. You're being surrounded by that, so it's amazing. Um, so let's go into the assisted living facility. You said you have partners with there, and you met them. And how many doors do you have in Georgia for assisted living?
There are 58.
58.
58. Yeah, so it's we are this is like everybody that want to be in that industry, right? So one thing that we need to understand that is no a solopreneur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
no way, and I swear it's no way that you do it alone.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a team of people that have experience,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Exactly.
And we were so blessed that two ladies that are our partners are the operators, and they
Mm-hmm.
have years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, without them, we will not available to do it, and we
Yeah.
are so fortunate to have them with us.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So are they operating the facility already before, or it's you just made them partners to operate that thing? Because
Mhm.
I would want to start a assisted living facility as well
Oh, that's
locally in
amazing.
Massachusetts. That's why I'm getting all the knowledge from you. See, I don't want to start from the bottom.
Smart connections,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That is
exactly,
exactly what we're
exactly.
talking here, right?
Exactly, exactly. So I don't want to be an operator. That's why I have a potential partner that I'm talking with, and that's what we're gonna do. We were thinking of hiring an operator and making them a partner because we want to take care of the property and the operations together.
Mhm.
So we want them both. So yeah, it's a good thing. So they've operated facilities before, or they've operated that particular facility before.
So they have so much experience in that arena.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they didn't operate that particular one. They
Mhm.
operate another ones. But since they have that experience, so then become the operators of this one, right? Yeah, but basically, again, so having the right partners is totally key in this industry.
Yeah. So my next question is, how are you making them run smoothly? Which you already answered by having the operators that has done this before. So they have what do you call that? They have the background, and they have everything to show for with regards to that. So
Yes.
so what's your next? Will you continue to acquire more senior facility that are already in business, or you want to build from ground up?
Well, that is a really good question, and that I'm gonna answer two ways, right?
Okay.
So, first, when I just started, right, just happened that I was very interested to help elderlies, right?
Mhm.
And then just happened that we become the connection with these amazing partners, and we end up closing this one after 1 year to start looking, researching, and learning. We're still learning, right?
Mhm.
So, but when you go to the property, right, or the facility just to do the inspections and everything, you have just one feeling because it's not real, right?
Mhm.
So, but then we closed, if I don't forget, I don't recall, but it was in October,
Mhm.
and I went there in person.
Yeah.
Again,
Mhm.
right? I would drove from Florida to Georgia, from Georgia to Connecticut.
Yeah.
And when I was there and I just opened the door and closed the door, I say, this is real.
Mhm.
So this is no again anymore, and I'm part of this amazing thing. But doesn't matter if you are 1%, 10%, 50, 20%, whatever. You
You're
are part,
partners. Yeah.
right?
You're
Because
part of it.
I'm part of the asset management team, and that moment changed my life. Why? Because when I opened the door and I saw those beautiful faces and those elderly people that they are vulnerable.
Mhm.
They need help. So
Mhm.
this is not a joke, right?
Mhm.
Because if you compare this one with the business
Mhm.
that I have for rental portfolios, it's a
Mhm.
totally different
Exactly.
monster. Why? Because in rentals, you just, so sometimes the property management can take care. In my case, I have my own property management because I got forced to do it.
Mhm.
But in this particular business, it's a day to day. right? Because they need to eat, they need medical appointments, they need support. There is so many rules, guidance. There is so much stuff, right? So then at that moment, I decide and I say, so this is the path that I want to follow. Because at the end of the day, so you need to have a mission, a vision, right? What you want to do with your life, right? And at that moment, I basically shape what I want to do, and it's helping the elderly. Because now the second way to answer the question is you see the statistics, right? Right now, from now to 2030, baby boomers are going to have a huge need of
Silver
this.
tsunami is what I call it.
That's totally
exactly.
true. So then based on the statistics, you know that this is the right moment that jump into the game, not just because money, is because helping people.
Exactly.
Right? So then if answer your question, so what I'm looking for now is now diligent, I'm looking for opportunities, right? We are evaluating opportunities in general, right? Because I'm working with this amazing team, but also I'm looking by my own, right? With another person and trying to find opportunities to see how we can help. Because what I find out that there is so many amazing assisted living facilities that are very expensive. That it's like you go to a cruise and you have every hour different activities, and you can have that. I can move there and I will be happy at this age.
Exactly.
Just full disclosure. And then there is the other ones that are very minimal. Like it's no quality of life. And it's very sad. So my goal right now is be on the middle. That I think is the need, that you have an affordable price, affordable housing for elderly, but provide then a quality of life.
Exactly.
So that is my goal right now. That is what I'm working, and that is what we call my Mount Everest, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's my thing too, because I've been saying this on every live that I do, because it's my passion to help the elderly. My mom is going to be 75 next year, and just recently she had a fall. She fell on the escalator, like so many steps. She was going to a Chinese restaurant because she want to eat. we can
We're back.
So I mean, like, yeah, so those elderly, so I wanna have a facility where I can take my mom to, that I know she's gonna have the quality of life. When she goes out of the door, it doesn't look like a hospital. It looks like it still looks like a home. And like the care would be there, because she was like, oh, when I retire, I'm gonna go back to the Philippines, because I know the care is gonna be there. There's a lot of facilities in here. So what I did is actually I set up an appointment with a lot of facilities just to see,
just to get an idea.
Get an idea. How much is it for just a room? How much is it for just, so I went there, and I mean, the facilities are good, but the stuff that they provide is not what I'm looking for. So like you, that's what I want to do too. I want to give them the quality of life and like the care that goes with it. I mean, they're paying already, right? And Massachusetts is one of the states that are high payers when it comes to senior living facilities. So yeah, that's a great thing to do too. So you help more people that way as well. So
yeah, and also imagine, right? So imagine that you get to those places not thinking I'm gonna go there to die. Could you imagine you thinking and you say, oh my God, this is a second opportunity that I have on my life. All my kids are grown, they doing their own life. Now is my opportunity for me. I want to go to this place because I'm gonna learn things.
Exactly.
Right? I'm gonna be proactive. I have a meaning of life. So that is the thing right now that moved me, because like you, right? Our parents are aging, and there's nothing that we can do to stop it. And also, we are aging too.
Yeah,
right? Everybody's aging, right?
A lot of people were like telling me, why do you keep saying to people that you want to do this and this is how you're going to do it? I was like, it doesn't matter if everyone that I talked to, even all the 400 people in sub 2 in owners club would build it. There's still a lot of seniors. There's no saturation, because we're gonna get old. Where are we gonna go? Right? Exactly. And it's providing a home for them, because not a lot of seniors can afford a house right now. And it's kind of like they're rooming for you, but you're giving them services and you're giving them more quality of life. Because some people, and we are actually entertaining couples, because I found that not a lot of senior facilities entertain couples in there. So I want to integrate that there too, because sometimes when an elderly person, needs to go to a facility, the husband would stay in the house and they would just visit the thing. So I want to incorporate that as well, because if ever my husband and I am in the facility and he's here, I don't want that.
Of course, no.
I
You
want- I
want
want-
to keep family together,
I want
right?
family together
Together.
eventually. So yeah, so I want to incorporate that as well, which is good. The more people that does this, I get excited.
Oh,
'Cause I know that-
100%.
Yeah, because I know it's like really the care that you're providing there, and you're taking care of people that they're gonna stay there maybe 3 to 10 years max or whatever, and why not give them the best life that they could have at that certain age? You know, you
100%.
never know, they might meet someone in there and be happy.
Yeah, and
They might be miserable when they were, but then when they get there, it's a different kind of environment. So
no, you're totally right. And just one more thing is, so at the end of the day, life can change like this, right?
Mhm,
Because you can be with a huge family, right? An accident and
mm-hmm,
whatever can happen, and you end up alone.
mm-hmm,
So then, in any moment, we will need help,
mm-hmm,
and maybe we're gonna end up in a place like that.
mm-hmm.
So I think nobody can say no, because in my case, right, like I say, I'm Latina, I'm Peruvian. So for us, we are like very, very family oriented. I'm pretty
Right.
sure you guys
Yes.
too. I'm not gonna do that for my mom or my dad, right?
Mhm.
But you never know what happens if something happened to me.
Yeah, and you never know what the people you left with are gonna do with your mother.
Exactly. You're totally right.
Exactly.
So let's better be
You can
something
put it-
amazing.
You can put it in the will
On
or
the
in the
will.
trust, but who knows who's gonna do that, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, you really could never tell. So exactly. So let's go to my questions.
Excited.
If you could live, so you have properties in different states. If you could live in one place right now, where would it be?
Europe.
Europe.
100%. I have the opportunity to go to Amsterdam. I don't want to be in Amsterdam, but I experienced that, and then I went to Spain. I didn't go to Italy because the time, you need to go more time.
Mhm.
And I saw that people that are so relaxed, all those dinners and everything, nobody is rushing, because here in United States it's beautiful. I'm blessed to be here. But everything is rush. There I was going to visit a family member, and we were having a dinner or a lunch, I don't remember, but they were taking their time, and I was like, and then I remember, I'm on vacation. Come on, what's wrong with me,
Exactly.
right? But yeah, definitely it's Europe.
So yeah, my brother lives in Amsterdam.
Oh my goodness, I went there.
Yeah.
I went there because I went. Are you familiar with Tony Robbins?
Yeah.
I went to a business mastery
In
tour.
Amsterdam?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
No, it's
Oh my
amazing. The
gosh.
first one was, I think, was in Florida. I don't recall well, or California. And the second part was in Amsterdam. And I went there, and that was a
nice.
more amazing experience that I have. And I took advantage with another friend, and we went to explore. We went all the way down to Ibiza, and then that is a different podcast. Because maybe there are kids watching.
I know. Yeah. I love Amsterdam. When we went there too, visited my brother and stuff. And he lives by the canal, so it's very central. And they have a boat.
I know, I love that, because I was looking people like on the canal, on the boats, just reading a book.
I know.
Drinking a champagne. I say, I want that.
It's just their coffee is so small.
I know, everything is like,
everything's small, but they sip it like so slowly and stuff.
here it's like
you want the American side. So like, this is your burger. But yeah, it was so fun. And then my other brother lives in Italy, in Florence.
Oh wow!
So when we went to Paris, Amsterdam, and we went to Florence. It's like, oh my god.
I went to Paris, so I went to Paris, but I didn't go to Italy, and that is on my bucket list.
The food is like, I have to go to Spain though, because
it's beautiful.
Yeah. I know. I would love to go to Spain. So for someone starting, I know you had an inspiration. You kind of have like an inclination on what you want to do, how you want to start and stuff. So for someone like me, I have no knowledge of real estate, like me before. And but I know that going to real estate is going to give me the passive income. What like maybe 2 or 3 advice that you could give them for them to start?
Don't be shy. Definitely put the word out, right? Because when you put to the universe, the universe delivers to you. So basically put the word out, networking with the right people, because that is key. Because there is a way to say, right, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Okay. Before. Okay.
Yeah, so that one will be my first advice. Well, actually, my biggest advice, right? Because you need to surround yourself with people that know more than you. It's the only way to you can leverage, right? And just do a little shortcut, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're gonna take forever,
Mm-hmm.
and that is not the smart way to do it, right?
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. So, when I started real estate, I haven't even started anything, but I belong to like a Filipino church, like a
Uh-huh.
congregation. I used to be like a youth counselor or whatever, in a youth group, and in the choir. You wouldn't imagine. I was a choir. But I know my husband and I we were like, we're gonna buy houses and we're gonna make it into rentals and stuff. So we haven't even started. But I was telling people, if you want to sell or buy a house, just call me. I buy houses or whatever. So that's where I got my first deal in sub two.
You see?
Like for the first week in sub two, I was able to get the thing, put it under contract and stuff, and I contacted Pace because I needed $700,000 and
That's
zero.
all.
I have zero money.
That's all. Just
Yeah,
check for tomorrow.
700,
900.
whatever. But and so community again, right? So
So
I have
huge.
I have zero connections because again I was just first week in sub two.
Uh-huh.
I have no connections. I know nobody. I haven't been on a meetup before, and I just don't have the background. So, but then I met this person on Discord, right?
Uh-huh.
And now eventually he's my partner. So he was able to get everything for me, like the money, the construction,
Wow,
and everything.
that was
Which is,
amazing.
and I was able to get my first assignment fee there too. So it's really like surround yourself with the people that and then get the word out there.
No, and that's amazing what you're saying, because I wish I have that, right? Because I joined the community not too long ago, but you're totally right? So whatever will be this community, or at least just put the word out, right? Talk with people like she, right? She went to that church, and then you start talking with people, and then you get your first one. That is a blessing.
I know, and it's word
Like,
of mouth.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine was gonna buy it, but then he ended up not getting it because the seller just kept changing their minds. And so I was gonna do the hybrid there. It was supposed to be my first hybrid.
Oh,
And then he
wow.
changed his mind. We were supposed to close like 3 weeks or 4. Like I still have a good, but he changed his mind. He just wants his money right now. And we were gonna close next week. He's like, I don't want to lose this. And so I texted Pace. I was like on the Zoom crying. I was like, I don't want to lose it.
Okay,
but yeah.
take my wallet. Don't cry.
He introduced me to a lot of lenders, to a lot of PMPs and PMLs, but I have no background, so I do understand that I'm not just gonna give you 700,000 just Space introduced me to you, right? I have to do my due diligence, and if they do my due diligence, I have properties, but I was not in sub two for a long time. I have nothing to show for, but I was grateful for my partner giving me that, because we met once. I went into his
Oh my
flip.
God, once, and they say,
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
that one is really a good thing to share with other people, because I think that is a total encourage to someone.
Yeah, and his lender actually was looking for a property in that area. So it's kind of like all our stars aligned. It was like his lender's looking for the property in that area, and that area is the property that I have.
Mhm.
And so yeah, so it just worked out. It just worked out.
I
So
love it.
that way.
I love it.
But all right. So what else? Anything you want to share? Oh, so let me see. How do you? So to me, do you believe in work-life balance?
1,000,000%. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Because what happened is, if I go back to my beginnings, right?
Mhm.
So I was not fortunate to be around. So I was fortunate to be around the people that doing real estate,
Mhm.
but I found my own path, basically, right? Because I
Mhm.
didn't have that community,
Mhm.
right? Because one thing is people doing real estate and they doing the everyday,
Mhm.
but another way is having a community that they really want to support you, because when people doing
That's
the
true.
everyday, they're busy.
Mhm.
Like, forget it.
Mhm.
So, but you are part of a community, so there those people are like, has a different heart,
Mhm.
that they really want to help people, right?
Yeah.
So it's a different game. So coming back to that, so could you repeat that question? Because I just try having so many ideas right now to say which one I'm gonna say.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, okay. So then the reason why I'm sharing this is because at the beginning I was working so hard, because that is what I saw, right? Work harder. So if I go to my background, right? When I just little, so we were poor, right? And obviously, so my dad, obviously he left, right, and he was always having his own business, and my mom, she was working so hard to obviously provide to us. So then what I saw all the time is working hard. So then when I come to United States, I saw my brother working hard, entrepreneur, but still working hard. So I didn't have kind of the guidance to kind of balance, and I was working, just working, right? For me, go to the movies was that is a waste of time, right? I need to continue working. But then over the years, I was again educating myself. I spent so much money, and I don't want to say the number, but it's scary. So much money trying to figure it out, what are the right ways, right? And get the connections in order to get the results that I start having now. And I learned that balance is so important, because the first thing is you need to know yourself. You need
That's
to
important.
work on yourself, right? Because we are energy, and people feel that energy. And also when you have partners, right, or
Yeah.
people around, and you're looking for help, if you don't have the right energy, so people are not going to help you.
Exactly.
Right? Simple as that, right? So then I think the first thing that I learned is work on myself, very like deep on yourself, know who you are, know what you want, and know where you want to go.
Exactly.
And then that helped me to balance my life, right? So because in any moment, for example, you can start increasing weight, right? And then you are not healthy, you don't feel well. So now I start, for example, going to the gym, and I start doing different steps in order to balance my life, so then I can have my passion, that is real estate, but also have a healthy life.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So to me, I do believe in work-life balance to some people. Because for me, at a certain point, something's gotta give. Sometimes, at a certain point, work would ask you to do more things at the certain time, but you just have to prioritize things. So Pace, which is Pace Morby, has been in the owners club. I don't know if you've been.
Yeah, I know.
You've missed so many zooms.
I know.
I'm sorry the recording, but he's trying to give us the direction on prioritizing what's important to you, and I think that's the balance that we kind of know. We have to prioritize the things that are important to us. Health is important, family is important. To me, family is very important. I still have Pace said he watching a movie is a waste of time for him or whatever, but that's my quality time with my kids. And so I still do that. I still have a good chunk of time just spending time with them, you know. But again, you have to spend more time on for the future, because what's going to provide money for the future, right? You have to spend time on the money making activities that you have, so you can enjoy the moment with your kids. So when you're with your kids, you're really with your kids and not thinking about, oh my gosh, my bills or whatever, right? So spend that time that you need for the money making strategies that you have for your business, and then when it's time to be with your kids or with your family, just be present and be there, you know. Like you, I have to go to the gym, or not really gym, but I have to exercise.
Something
I've been
do
trying.
something.
Yeah, I've been trying to. I have a like a treadmill or whatever downstairs.
That's
but I don't
amazing.
use, but I haven't used it. It's amazing
Is
to
that
have
what
it.
you hang your coat on it?
I have to put it here, so I'm doing a Zoom.
Oh my
I
God,
wasn't
no, for
running.
real. There are
right?
stones that you put underneath
Yeah,
the thing,
yeah,
and you can just
I do
like.
have that. I can just walk and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do
Mhm.
have to, because I used to do yoga a lot, and
Oh,
we used
I
to
love
run.
yoga.
If you don't, yeah, you might not believe it, but my husband and I used to be marathoners. So,
Wow.
but then I sprained both my ankles, and I can't really run as
Oh.
much now. But I think I'm gonna get back to it when the summer comes. We'll see. But yeah, so um, I think we've covered everything. So, are you? Do you have any social media that you want to share to us?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Actually, I think it's there. It's
Yeah.
Lissette Real Estate. That one is for Instagram.
Mhm.
And then my Facebook is the same, right? Lissette Herrera.
You don't have a YouTube channel yet, but coming, right? It's
It's coming. It's coming. And this is
okay.
going to be my first video.
Yes,
I'm
it's
going
gonna-
to shop it. And that is going to be my
yeah,
first
it's
video.
gonna be 100 video. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
kill the fibers with one stone.
Yeah, exactly. Put your affiliates and everything. So on
Everything.
the description of this video, I'm gonna post it on YouTube. All of the stuff that we have there, all the affiliates, all of everything, will be in there, and that's the best way for you to get in touch with the set. If you want to know anything about remote management, managing your properties remotely, if you have any specific questions about senior living facilities, and just life in general. She's been through a lot and she's overcome a lot, and every challenges that has come her way, she like championed it like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Oh, no,
and
thank
so
you.
that's because losing someone is really hard. I mean, when my dad passed, we know that he's gonna pass, but even so, when he passed, it was like totally different. So you're never ready for that, and I don't think you ever get over it. You just get used to it. You know,
You
the
learn.
feelings there. You learn to deal with it at a certain point, but there are bouts of loneliness here and there. But yeah, so just surrounding yourself with the right people. I think I have been doing that, surrounding myself with people I love and I respect and I admire. And so yeah, so anyone who wants to get in touch with Lisette, just make a comment in here and we're definitely gonna answer back. And thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Bye.
Bye.